Um, Batting's improved, bowling's improved. How about the dropped catches? Why still so many dropped catches?
That's $1 million question. We train and we train and we train, and we've put in a massive amount of work. That's something we'll be exploring again in the next couple of days, because we can't be dropping that many catches and expect to beat teams getting into almost a knockout phase for us. So that's something we're going to have to keep working at and keep chipping at.
Hi. After winning today's match, where you see in World Cup Pakistan cricket team, and also any specific reason you didn't selected Shoaib Malik for today's match?
Yeah, I didn't hear the start of your question.
After winning today's match, where you see Pakistan team in World Cup?
Yeah, well, look, we're very firmly in the World Cup. We win our next 3 games, we'll qualify. So we know that. Today I thought we got our bowling and batting spot on. Our problem is we haven't put 3 disciplines together yet in any game. So as the gentleman pointed out, we bowled well, we batted well, we didn't field well today. So when we put 3 disciplines together, we'll be exceptional. The closest we've got was when we beat England. And in terms of Shoaib, we went with Shoaib for 3. We gave him a good extended run. Thought Shoaib, with his experience, I really thought he had a burn to come and end his ODI career in a very, very special way. It didn't pan out for him, but he's certainly tried. He's put in a tremendous amount of work, and we banked on having some experience at 6. But then today we shuffled it around, and I thought we got quite a nice balance.
Mickey, it was a year ago that you compared Babar Azam to Virat Kohli, and this tournament, a lot of former commentators have been praising his talent. But why is he, very often he's unable to convert the 50s into 100s?
No, Razia, look, I think, as I've always said, and Babar's an unbelievable player, and Babar will just get better and better and better. I think his game over the last year has improved considerably. He's going to be right up there as one of Pakistan's great batsmen, I think. But you know, Bub's played well today. He tried to force the pace just a little bit when it was probably needed, and got out. There's going to be other days where he follows through and makes it happen. So Bubs is the glue that sort of binds our batting together. If Bubba plays well, we invariably get to where we need to be, and we feel if we can get up to the 300s, we can defend that 8 out of 10 times.
Mickey, today's win, do you think it's the start of Pakistan's revival at this World Cup? And secondly, the way you've been dropping catches, do you think that you can beat a side like New Zealand with this kind of fielding?
I know we can beat New Zealand, and I mean, it's amazing what a difference a week makes. You know, our boys hurt this week. All of us hurt incredibly. Guys didn't sleep much, but they came to the training every day and put in order to try and turn it around. And today we got some just reward. We're alive and kicking without a doubt, and we play our best game. We can beat anybody, whether that's New Zealand, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, our remaining games, or England. We showed. We put our 3 disciplines together. We're as good as any team in this competition.
Hey, Mickey.
Hey.
Just wanted to ask a little bit about what you made of Amir in this tournament. He's been a very different Amir to maybe what people remember and what people think about, but he's been smart, hasn't he?
He's
been smart, hasn't he? A very smart kind of white ball bowler.
I think we've always said that, Oz, and whenever we've spoken, we've spoken about Amir being a very smart bowler. He backs his skills. His skills are excellent, and he works incredibly hard. The key today is he's got a little bit of pace back. He's bowling with a confidence that he didn't have. You know, and you guys were very quick to point out he had 5 wickets at a strike rate of 121 since Champions Trophy. And that waned, his confidence waned and waned and waned and waned. He's got that spring back in his step. He's starting to swing the ball again. He's starting to bowl with a little bit of extra pace. I see the glint in his eye, and that's really good. And that's just confidence. Our guys need to be built up all the time. The minute they're bashed, like they have been the last week, our guys don't respond to that in a very kind way. And hopefully we got a performance out today that vindicates the challenge that the talent the boys have in the team.
Coach, splendid knock by Harris, but one thing was very visible, that the stamina. He stepped in after 30th over, and after spending 60, 70 minutes on crease, he was exhausted, and in last overs he couldn't make to the century as well. We have 3 wickets in hand, but in last 3 overs we only made 20 runs. What is the problem with the players?
Who's that? Harris?
Yeah.
Why can't we just write something positive about Harris?
But he was exhausted after 70, 80 minutes.
He got 80 or 59 balls today.
But he couldn't make it.
Is that right, or did I miss something? I think why are you always talking negatively about our players? That today was one of the all-time brilliant innings that I've seen. Let's just write something positive for a change, please.
Team made you smile today. It's a big movement today. And we say in Pakistan that party start now. Abhi to party shuru hui. So,
you weren't saying that last Sunday.
So it is a big movement. But tell me, it is necessary for Pakistan team to lose first the matches and then they will on the victory path?
No, we don't do that by any design, I promise you. We try and win every game we play. We're trying to get that consistency better. You ask me that question every press conference. Yes, we're trying to get more and more consistent. We try that every day with our training and preparation. What I do know is the guys do, when their backs are to the wall, we get some good performances out of them. And maybe, I just think the guys were burnt last week. The guys were incredibly hurt by media, by public, by social media, and hopefully we got a proper reaction from them today that can just shut some people up for a little while.
Mickey, as a South African former Proteas coach, are you disappointed to see the state that the South African team is at the World Cup?
Well, let me say, I watch South Africa with a real fondness. South Africa are my second team, without a doubt, and it is sad for me. It's sad, and I don't think it's a team that's just. I listened to Faf's press conference, and it's a team that's just a little bit short of confidence. Every team goes through that. I think now's the time just to try and get behind those boys. I think they're trying incredibly hard. I know what they're going through. I had a quick chat to Gibbo after the game. It's tough. It's really tough when they're there. They'll be going to training every day, hurting like any other team hurts, and trying to get it right. But I watch them with a lot of interest, and I do feel deeply disappointed for them at the moment.
So Mickey, as Faf said, this doesn't happen overnight, that your confidence just disappears. It gets chipped away. What do you think has led to that? What are the causes of the confidence getting chipped away?
It happens so quick. You lose a game, you lose another game. It's a World Cup, media scrutiny, public expectation, and then you almost go into sort of survival to get back to where you need to be. And I'm confident that they can, because there's a hell of an amount of talent in that dressing room.
Mickey, you just talked about Amir's performance. What about Wahab? He was nowhere, not in the original squad. Now he's performing superbly.
Yeah, I'm really happy with Wahab's performances. They're outstanding, and it's been well documented. We left Wahab out for reasons that were documented. The Wahab now is not the Wahab that was 2 years ago, and sometimes you've got to be cruel to be kind. We're seeing a Wahab come back with a massive amount of determination, really fit and ready to go, and he's producing for us. I couldn't be more happier. I couldn't be more happier that he's turning in these performances.
Hi Mickey, can you just give an insight into what Harris was going through, because he was left out of the playing 11, and because he came out seemingly with a point to prove, batted wonderfully today.
Yeah, look, I think I'd like to think he did, as I'd like to think that every player who gets left out comes back with a point to prove. We left him out after the West Indian game. Harry had played beautifully, and I think I've spoken to Oz about it before. Is that I think he's certainly in our top 3 batsmen, And he had a particularly good a lead up into it. He got 200s against Australia, albeit in different conditions, but he played exceptionally well. I think for Harry, there's other issues that need to be just continually worked at. But the Haris Sahel we got today was a Haris Sahel that played incredibly well, and I couldn't be more happier. And the Haris, when he got left out, has worked unbelievably hard at his game. He's worked unbelievably hard at his fielding. He's worked unbelievably hard at on his fitness. And today he got some just reward for that, albeit that he couldn't run twos there at the end. But I thought he was outstanding. And I like seeing players come back like that. You know, that is what we want to try and produce. We don't want comfort zones in any international cricket team. You can't have comfort zones. Guys must know every time they come out. We talk a lot in our team about winning performances. So it's not about the 50 or the 80 that personally looks a good performance, but we don't win games. We're looking for guys that give us match-winning performances. Harris's 80 today was as good a match-winning performance as you'll ever see.
Toss was most important for today, and it will be remain important the rest of 3 games. Toss.
Yeah, I think it could be if the weather stays as it's supposed to. I think you're going to see spin come more and more into the game. I think the wickets are going to be dry. I think we might see scores getting just a fraction higher. And that's the beauty about playing a World Cup in England is the conditions differ so much. So yeah, I think you're right. I think batting first is going to become an option. The vogue early in the tournament on the fresh wickets with a little bit of rain around was bowl first, aided seamers. But now I think squads are going to be tested more and more with their spinning ability and getting big runs on the board and then putting pressure on the chase.